Today we will be talking about making an improvement to the operating environment of our system. Say we wanted to move mem.exe to our apps directory. By default, DOS is expecting that file to be in the DOS directory. Let's see how DOS responds. Now let's try to run the mem command. Bad command or file name. DOS just doesn't know what happened to the file. Using the path command, we can tell DOS where to look for files. That way, we don't need to type the absolute path every time. Now we can try loading mem.exe again. Since we defined the apps directory in the path, DOS now knows where to look for more files if it can't find them in the DOS directory. A few notes about the path command. If you type in path on its own, the currently defined path will be displayed. If you type path equals semicolon, all paths will be removed. There are no paths. So by default, DOS knows to look in the DOS folder. If we type in path equals semicolon, DOS will no longer be able to do that. So now DOS doesn't know where any files are. You can define multiple paths by separating them with a semicolon, up to 122 characters in length, in addition to the 5 used by path equals. We can, of course, add a line to our autoexec.bat file that defines the path, but we have another command to try out first. The append command works like path, but it can tell DOS where to locate ASCII files as well. Just like path, multiple directories can be defined by separating them with a semicolon. Append on its own will display the current path, and append equals semicolon will clear all paths set by append. So let's take a quick look at how DOS functions right now. So I set the path back to the DOS folder, and I tried to type to display the contents of a file that we have in our data directory. But DOS doesn't know where to find this file because it's not in the DOS directory. This is where we can use append. Now if we enter the same thing as before, this is our first file. It displayed the contents of file 1.txt. I am going to take a minute to add these 2 lines to our autoexec.bat file. Now that DOS knows where to find files that we want, let's check a few tools to help us keep track of where files are. First, we can use the tree command. This will display the directory structure on the current drive. If we need a little more detail, like a list of files in each subdirectory, we can use the switch /F. Alternatively, we can use checkdisk to see where files are located with the /V switch. Now we may come to a point where we want to delete some of these subdirectories if we no longer need them. We can use the RD command for remove directory, but the subdirectory would need to be empty. Should we wanted to delete a subdirectory and all of its contents, use the del tree command. That will remove the specified directory and any subdirectories without them being empty.